Thank you for tuning in to BP Ensembles. You have time to support a small business. I am your host and creator, BP Harris, and I'm sitting here with an amazing videographer and photographer. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
I'm Christian Nix. I am the CEO of See Through My Lens Photography. I am a videographer and photographer.
Okay, so what got you started in your business?
Well, I've been doing photography since I was a kid, honestly, but I finally took it serious like the last 4 years, I want to say, by investing in myself. And what made me want to take it serious is honestly just exploring, seeing different stuff, seeing a new world. That made me want to like take it serious. So now I've got it to the point where I'm studio based now.
So do you remember the exact moment you started your business? Like, was it like the first iPhone came out, you was taking pictures, taking selfies with the friends, taking ussies? Like, what was the exact moment that made you start your business and start investing into yourself?
The defining moment, I would say, honestly, when I went to New York, like I just mentioned, when I came back, it was like, all right, I'm done shooting on the iPhone. I started on the iPhone, but I'm like, all right, everybody got an iPhone. Let me make myself more valuable and special by let me invest into myself. And I finally saved up for my first digital camera in March of 2018.
Okay, so that's perfect. And that's how a lot of people start, distinguishing themselves. And you did that, like you said. You came from New York, you got your first digital camera instead of everybody else using the iPhone. So what else makes you stand apart from the competition?
I feel as though what makes me stand out is honestly my editing style. I feel like no two can like copy each other or mimic each other. If you're really being your honest self, you shouldn't be considered just like someone else. It should be something that distinguishes you specifically, that makes you different from your competitors. So me, I feel like my editing style, I've been editing photos honestly since Tag. If anybody remember what that is, but Tag, MySpace, I've been doing that for a long time. So definitely my editing style.
Dang, you just said Tag. I can't just like bypass that. Like you said, that was like, oh, like telling our age out here.
For sure. Definitely.
MySpace, we add all the little glitter on them girls.
The songs.
Yes, the URLs, the coding, when coding really started. Like,
I think the last song I had on my was something pretty ridiculous.
No.
Yeah, that was the last MySpace song I had on my page.
It's way before Photoshop. All this other stuff we use now. Wow. It's funny how social media just got us started in that world. We didn't even recognize it. Now look at us. Photos. I mean, editing in the sense we all, you used to do that.
Right.
Yes. Like all those like websites. While we trying to add, can you send me some tags?
Or songs, or like when people start like putting voice messages up.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we've been editing stuff for a long time. Just don't really realize it, honestly.
That's so funny. With the little razor phones and stuff. We was trying to do all that on the internet when we finally could.
Remember how good you used to feel to hang with somebody like a razor?
Yes, when you were angry, like
like
now you can't do that. M button just.
No, they're gonna make an iPhone where you go smash it together. They already got a Samsung phone that you can close together.
I miss that when somebody really make you mad. It's like me just hitting the M button. That's not. I don't do it.
And I do the sound like you tapping the screen, so like that click.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like I meant that.
Right. Like did the phone call just disconnect? Some people think not. Like no, this was that loud click. Like
that was me.
Oh, he was mad. So what's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur? So, I mean, we know it's a lot of photographers and videographers, or just like we talked about, like people using that and trying to bring it into 2021. So what are the hardest parts of as far as entrepreneurship, as far as whether it's the equipment, standing out, or just doing the work within itself? Because it's a lot. Editing is a lot of time that people really don't value.
I would say the hardest part about being an entrepreneur is cleaning up at all things. Nobody's going to do it. There's no service coming behind me to clean it up. I have whatever mess I made, I'm cleaning it up. So that's definitely been the hardest thing to adjust to, mopping, cleaning, sweeping, all that. Then now you got to sanitize even more because of COVID. So you definitely have to go in depth to clean it. So for sure, cleaning up is the hard part of being an entrepreneur that I have to adjust to at this point.
It's so funny that you said that. I'm thinking you about to talk about technical work or something. Like, no, it's just the cleaning.
I don't have to clean it. Always took me out.
Well, I guess, yeah, after the event, I'd be like, dang, now I got y'all taking forever to leave, and now I got to take even longer to clean up. Yeah, you right. You right. But with that being said, you mentioned COVID earlier. So how have you been staying afloat during COVID? I know it's been hard, probably like with events events just not happening, period. Not being able to take shots, not being certain about, if you can have the amount of people you can have in your space. The building was probably closed. So how have you been managing during COVID pandemic?
During COVID, I've been staying afloat by honestly putting all my equipment on the road, getting the car, putting these backdrops, all my lights, all my equipment I need, and going to people's houses, pulling up to them. Look, it's always, if there's a will, there's a way. Look, we can all take our precautions, put a mask on if you're not getting your photo shoot taken. Me keep my mask on the whole time, setting up at their place, getting everybody still want, I don't know what happened, but people want to take photos more since COVID and quarantine and all that. So, me, I just bridged the gap. I came to them.
That's really dope and innovative. And I mean, people still wanted pictures and stuff. Like, people still want to feel normal, still want to feel like they were kind of doing things like they used to do. And people still had, little celebrations as far as people graduating, going to prom and everything. So that's really dope that you just packed everything up and brought the photo shoot to them.
Yeah, it was basically like testing your adaptability. Like, all right, could you adapt to these circumstances? We were always like accustomed to, all right, this is the job description that's laid out for us, or this is the route. But when everything I shut down, it was like, all right, could you adapt? Okay, well, how could you adapt? And with me being a photographer, it was easy because it's not like I needed a certain scenario to perform my service. So adapting was doing what I did as far as packing everything up in the car. So it just tested everybody's adaptability, honestly.
Right. And I mean, because when business, sometimes, like you said, we just used to things being laid out and not realizing that this pivot was actually a blessing. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure you met a lot more people that you probably wouldn't have met. You probably would have never did that in the past. Like, you probably never thought to do that. Like, even us right now, you have time. This was not a part of the plan at all. Like, this is like, okay, how can I keep BP Ensemble out there as well as help small businesses at the same time? Like, that was literally, this is COVID. Birth this. Like, if it wasn't for COVID, this would not be happening. Because I don't even like being in front of the camera. So I had no plans on doing interviews, like none of that.
And I'm at the point where it's like, do I even want to go back? Like, do I want to go back to work? It's like, I don't want to work a schedule that somebody set for me. But I've been setting it for myself perfectly fine the last year and a half. And now it's like, all right, now I got to try to scale back what I'm used to doing for myself and try to, like, all right, go back into what somebody else would do about getting at a certain time, whatever my shift is, whatever that job might be. I'm really in between right now. I don't know if I want to just, like, essentially pull all the chips to the middle and just say, forget a job and finish doing this, because this is my own job that I created, or working for myself from now on. But it's something I'm going to have to think about over the next, like, couple months, honestly.
Well, that's awesome. Like, your innovation has given you the choice on whether you want to go back and work for other people or just keep flourishing in your business. It's so great to see that, because it's just so many businesses, like, they lost it. So many people lost their businesses because of the pandemic, something that we can't control. And it's been sad. People invest so much, they work so hard, and just for it to be taken away because they don't know what to do, can't figure it out, or can't afford help, it's been another tragedy during this time. So it's great that you're flourishing, that you are modeling the way of adapting. So what are your plans, with all of that? Like, what are your plans for the summer, 5-10 years down the line? Like, what's your ultimate goal for your business?
So I got a plan for the summer. You can get some little exclusive content. Honestly, I want to do a host event here, like have close like family and friends come here. It's gonna be like a couple photo packages that come in, see the vibe that's going on, get familiar with it, see what's going on in here. Sip a little wine, might have a DJ. I don't know. It's still in the works, but by the summer I plan on doing that. And then like a couple of like my real like moonshot goal is to be like a paid photographer at the Olympics. The 2028, I think it's going to be in LA. That's the one I'm looking forward to doing for sure. I want to be a paid photographer for the Olympics. That's my moonshot goal for sure.
The Olympics, like, that's dope. Like, that would be amazing. So when you get there, don't forget about me. Remember, BP Ensemble. Like, just slip me in there. I'm your assistant for the day. Okay. That's like, that would really be dope. Like, to be, especially that's overseas. Well, yeah, it'll be overseas.
Oh, that wouldn't be here. It'll be in the States, yeah.
Oh, right, because that's when they were trying to do the bidding and all that stuff here in Chicago. So just remember, put me in your bag.
I got you.
And then when you get there, just tell them, I'm your assistant.
All right, cool. Assistant, right?
Yes.
All right,
yes, don't forget.
I'm going to have a lot of assistants. If I can sneak people in that way as assistant, then you might just gave me an idea. Honestly, so I definitely got to bring you this stuff. For sure, I got to bring you.
Yeah, you know, be there, you know, because then, you know, I can take pictures of you. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta,
pictures,
right, you know, you gotta be in the land so we remember that you was there.
So you basically got the content side of things.
Yep.
Content system.
I got you.
So look, we got you roll already.
See? Yes. So what are some words of advice you would give to someone who's nervous about starting a business? Because I've heard some people, they like, you know, if I just work for the government or hospitals or whatever, I always have a job no matter what. Like, people are nervous. There's some people nervous now about starting their own business because they're like, is my business pandemic proof? Like, that's been a huge question now. So what's some words of advice that you would pass down to those who are aspiring entrepreneurs?
Honestly, the advice I would give them would be to just do it. Keep going and pursue that, whatever that dream you want to, that job or career path you want to embark in, or entrepreneur style you want to start. Do it. Go right ahead, because it's like that feeling of, man, I'm just thinking about it all day long. I'm just thinking about should I not. Like, you try, you can at least say, all right, cool, I tried that, close that book up, try something else. So just go for it. Honestly, that's one thing I could definitely say. Just go for it.
Go for it. You are so right. I mean, I think that's one of the mottos to being an entrepreneur, honestly, because it's risky. I mean, every step of the way, whether you've been in business for 5, 10, 20, 30 years, it's some risks that you take, and it's something that you just keep debating back and forth about. And you got to go and see what's going to happen and learn what's on the other side.
I feel as though it's a good thing to like have that feeling of like being nervous and scared. That means you really want to.
Yeah, I agree.
To your very best. That's why you're nervous about it, because
right.
Like, it matters to you that much. Like, all right, cool, I want to do great. I want to excel. Right. I don't want to disappoint myself. So that's why I'm nervous. But I feel like if it was like a task at a job, I'm still get paid. You feel me? But when it's something with your name on it, you definitely gonna be nervous. You want to do good because it's your name on it, like your family name on it. Like that. It's a lot of nerves and like pressure can go into being an entrepreneur for sure.
That's so true. That's so true. So where can people find you? Because I know after this interview, they're going to work with you just like I want to. So where's your social media, website, any packages, things you have coming up for people?
Speaking of website, I just launched my website today. Just launched it.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, you can find it on my Instagram. Links on my Instagram at STL Photography 2_. Facebook at See Through My Lens, and what else we got? We got Twitter at STL Photography as well. Everything got the links on it. I got a gallery booking link, gallery link and booking link for people to access as well. So all my clients, they go. I'm taking it up a notch basically from the way I used to deliver photos. Now you can online gallery, print, everything.
Nice. So y'all definitely want to get in tune with Christian. Like, he got everything laid out for you. Don't worry about the stress. Just come, looking how you want to look. He'll take the photos for you, get it back to you as soon as possible. So it's easy booking, as he just said. So you definitely want to make sure you work with Christian. He is very passionate about what he's doing. Clearly, you see that he's driven, so he got you. So one more time, where can they find you?
At STL Photography 2_ on Instagram. See Through My Lens Photography on Facebook.
And as always, we always have everyone we work with, everyone we interview. They can all be found on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all platforms BP Ensemble. Thank you so much for being here. When you have time to support a small business, so we've been talking everything, so we definitely got some stuff coming. So I'm so excited to work with you. So I'm pretty sure everyone who's watched this video, they are excited as well.
I'm definitely thankful for this opportunity as well.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yes, definitely. So thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed us and you have time to support See Through My Lens.